Yeah, good morning everyone. Hope you're all doing well. We have been discussing about the confined space entry and what are the hazards because of the confined space. Those things we have been discussing in the earlier lesson. Just wanted to give some annexures on the first lesson what we discussed. We almost covered everything. There are some specific areas where the niche areas just wanted to give you some extra points so that it will be easy for you to understand the entire logic. First of all, we have already discussed the properties of confined space. The properties of confined space are going to be the oxygen depletion area, and wherever the musculoskeletal disorder could be there, and it may not be suitable for a continuous stay. All those things we have discussed. And then one aspect of which is oxygen depletion. Oxygen depletion is in the sense, what is the normal percentage of oxygen we have in the atmosphere? It is 21%. Now, when it comes up to 19.5%, probably we can manage. Till 19.5%, it's okay, manageable. But when it goes to beyond 17.5, it becomes a CSIDLH, confined space, immediately dangerous to life and health. So it becomes definitely life threatening. And as it goes down, like 15%, 20%, 12%, and all, that's all finished. So we'll be going towards our demise. So the oxygen depletion is one of the dangerous thing, and the same thing, the oxygen enrichment is also equally as dangerous as the oxygen depletion. So that means the survival chances are only between 19.5 and 23.5%. So in the midway, 21% is the available percentage of oxygen we have, and up to 19.5% is the lower level we can tolerate, and the upper limit it's about 23.5% we can tolerate. And within that span, but 19.5 is also, the 5% is also a dangerous one, but it is not as dangerous as 17.5, 15, 12, and other thing. Uh, so this is one area I just wanted to highlight. How will you measure the oxygen level? We'll be discussing about the gas detection monitor within another few seconds. We have a gas detection thing. It will tell you what is the percentage of oxygen we have. Okay, number one. And the second point, what I wanted to highlight is we are discussing about this vertical entry and horizontal entry. So there are two different ways of entering into confined space. One is a vertical entry, and the other one is a horizontal entry. When it's a vertical entry, probably you can even crawl. Imagine a pipeline wherein you have to do some epoxy coating. So how will you enter? You have to go on the horizontal entry. You will have to get into a machinery room, a small confined machine room in a ship or marine area. So it has to be a horizontal entry. And vertical entry is like, for example, there is a cellar room or like a vessel or any other process industry, the boiler, those type of things. You may have to make a entry from vertical. So for horizontal entry, you can go on your own with a rescue harness. But whereas with the vertical entry, you may have to go with a tripod and winch arrangement with a rescue harness and the thing. So these are the two different types what we need to understand. And then what about IDLH? IDLH is something that immediately dangerous to life and health, because the moment it crosses the particular limit, it becomes immediately dangerous to life and health. That is what the thing. And one more important thing is AGT, the authorized gas tester, because like AGT is one of the predominant requirement for entry into confined space, because the moment you gain an entry, before gaining an entry into confined space, it has to be checked by the authorized gas tester. He is the only person who is authorized and empowered to allow a person based on the gas detection mechanism. So he will be holding the gas detector, and he will be able to check it at the level of atmosphere condition. Like for example, the gas detection will tell you what is the percentage of oxygen, what is the percentage of carbon monoxide, and what is the percentage of H2S, hydrogen sulfate. And then apart from that, it will also tell you what is the level of flammable vapors, like LEL and UL. You know, this lower explosive limit and upper explosive limit, and the maximum limit of the vapor concentration is only 10%. Beyond 10%, you cannot have it. So there could be some inflammable vapor. So let us not take a chance. So that is one area. And then after that, I think the gas detection monitor we have discussed. Then apart from that, I just wanted to tell you one thing. Uh, Imagine if it is a horizontal entry, you can even fix the gas detector. Imagine, okay, there is a 1 meter by 1 meter, there's a small area, or 3 by 3. Probably you can check the gas detection through the mechanism, not a problem. You can even take it in hand and do that. But imagine it's a horizontal entry where the total length of the thing, piping, is going to be around 12 meter or 20 meter. Then how will you check the gas at the farthest end? You can probably take a pole stick and then tie this gas detector on the end, and then you can send it inside, and then probably you can take it out once the gas detection process is over. correct? Now, by chance if it is going to be a vertical entry, how are you going to check? Vertical entry, say about the boiler level is about 10 meter or 15 meter. How will you check? You wouldn't be able to go inside the container. You wouldn't be able to go inside the process vessel. So the best thing would be there is a process called a compressor with a prop. The compressor will be able to suck the air from the any part of the container, and then the gas detector will be fixed on the compressor on the top. There is a mechanism, and there will be a prop sort of a thing. The prop is going to be a hose sort of a mechanism which can be inserted inside the vessel, and then it will be able to pick up the gas, suck the gas through the compressor, and then once it comes to the top, the gas detector will be able to measure. And what are the three different gas levels we are going to check out? One is oxygen, and the other one is carbon monoxide, and the other one is H2S, hydrogen sulfate, plus the flammable vapor, maximum 10 ppm concentration. So that is these are the things we have to check up. And I just told you about the gas detector, how the horizontal thing can be done and how the vertical thing can be done. And as you are checking the gas level, it must be, please keep it in mind, it must be checked at three different levels. One is lower level, and the middle level, and the upper level. Normally, the hydrocarbons are the most inflammable vapor which is available, and that can ignite at any point of time, even with a minor spark. But the problem is, all the hydrocarbon gas, everything, it's all denser than normal air. So, which direction it goes and settles, it always goes down. So, what we need to understand is, unless you use a compressor mechanism with a gas detector, you wouldn't be able to pick up the gas concentration which is available at the bottom of the container. You will be able to check probably the upper limit, but it may not be possible. So you have to check the gas at three different levels. So that one area, please try to understand. And then, as far as the rescue is concerned, this is also important mechanism. The person who is entering, that means the confined space entrant, he need not wear the fall protection harness. He has to wear the rescue harness fixed with a lifeline. Rescue harness in the sense he will be having that 7-point contact, the entire full body harness. But in the D shackle, he will not be having the 1.8-meter lanyard. Instead, he will be having a lifeline. So why is he supposed to wear this one, the rescue harness? The reason is, by chance if he is feeling unconscious, he is not able to respond immediately. Then it is the responsibility of the attendant to pull him out. For pulling this guy, he has to have some support. That is nothing but the lifeline. And where will you support the lifeline? This has to be supported with the D shackle, which is in the rescue harness. Understood? And this rescue harness must have it's a compulsory one for anybody who is trying to enter the confined space, number one. And then, how will you intimate to the person who is outside that you are in danger? There are two different mechanisms. One is hand signal, other one is lifeline. Imagine, will it be possible for you to use a mobile phone inside the confined space? You can't. You will never be able to use the mobile phone because there could be some inflammable vapor that might catch fire. So unnecessarily you will be instigating a fire because of your mobile phone. So you're not supposed to use it. Walkie-talkie will not be able to do that because practical difficulties. And now, what will you do? The hand signal. It is always better. One thing we need to understand is the clear line of understanding, clear line pathway. That's always better. That means the confined space attendant must be able to see the entrant, and the entrant must be able to see the attendant. Then in that case, probably the hand signal is okay. For example, if you thumbs up, all okay, and thumbs down, there's something problem, emergency. And for then once the emergency is notified, immediately the responsibility of the attendant to pull you down, pull you out. Now imagine you have a lifeline. So probably the different methods. If you're having a lifeline, it goes like this. For example, if it is a one tug, if you just pull it like this, one tug is okay, and probably two tug you can leave the lifeline. So I can go inside, no problem. I can go inside, and then third one, three. For example, three times when you do that, the understanding is take me out immediately. Take me out. That is it. Not immediately. Take me out. And fourth is emergency. Please pull me out. So this is the way you have to make it. So the understanding should be very clear. Your rope sign or hand sign, everything, the communication part, it should be understood by the person who is outside and the person who is inside. There has to be proper communication between these two people. Otherwise, there could be a lacuna here. Correct? And then the tripod is also one of the important things. Apart from the rescue harness, the tripod. Tripod is meant for the vertical entry. The person who is going inside the tripod, he must be having the tripod support, and there has to be a confined space attendant, and he will wear the full body harness, and then rescue harness everything, and then he will go inside. And in case of an emergency, it is the responsibility of the person who is outside to pull him out. He will be able to pull him out the way the tripod is there. If the tripod is not there, it would be totally a difficult job, because the body weight plays a very major role. It wouldn't be possible for him to pull him out immediately. So this is the basic understanding of the major areas. I just wanted to help you out. And then one important thing, we have been talking about the purging. What do we mean by purging? We have already discussed there, but still, I just wanted to tell you, make the clarity here. Purging is something that there will be some contaminant gas inside the vessel or a boiler or a confined space material, that area. So unless and until you flush the entire thing with a pure nitrogen, it wouldn't be possible for you to dilute the concentration. So the nitrogen, what it does is, it will go inside, it will purge the entire thing. Purging is nothing but the cleaning or dilution of the total contaminants. And once it is done, again, it will be easy for you to measure the gas. And then probably once the gas is very clear and there is no issues on the contaminants, then probably you can make an entry. Is that fine? I will come out with one more clip on the confined space again, which will be talking about the SCP, the self-contained breathing apparatus, and the emergency mechanisms. Okay, so thank you very much for this one.